Yes, what up, people? It's your boy here, T on P Town Radio. We are live back on a Friday. I'm just not feeling my sound very well. With me in the studio, of course, is Tornado. Tornado, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
And also, of course, the Liverpool fan legend, Remy.
Whoop, whoop.
How are you doing, guys? How are you doing? How are you? How are you? How are you doing?
Surviving.
Just about?
Well, yeah, just about. You know,
Fully surviving.
until the virus makes it down to the southwest.
I can see you've come up with your attire. Are you taking it off? Have you?
Huh?
Show our viewers your attire. I saw you.
Yes,
your.
yes. Everyone, you've got to
you
be
ready?
prepared.
You ready? I can see you ready.
Got to be prepared.
Look at this African man. You have no mask.
Oh, I'm not scared of it. It says it doesn't touch Africans, but I've seen a lot of Africans affected by it.
You die, my friend. Listen, if you're watching the show right now, no, there's not many people yet, but if you're joining very soon, please let us know about the sound. If the sound is sounding good. Okay, yes, it looks like we're sounding good. Just testing the sound. We're good. Let's start straight away into our football podcast every Friday with myself, Remy, and Tornado. You can catch us here live 2 p.m. every Friday. We are, hoping maybe hour and a half, depending how we go. We are also taking calls. If you are watching this from home and you are on isolation, you can interact with us by our Facebook comments. Or you can call the numbers 077 92032005. Let's start with the coronavirus pandemic, which has caused everything to be shut down, including the hopes of Liverpool. I know I get to this every time. Let me not start with this. No, let's not talk about this because last week I think I started again with Liverpool.
Coming a theme of the show.
Yeah, and it looks like the fans are getting a bit annoyed that I'm bashing Liverpool a lot. So I don't think we should start with Liverpool. We can start with football in general.
Yeah.
They come up yesterday again. Tell us what's
yesterday the 20 Premier League clubs got together and started discussing what coronavirus is going to mean for the next few months, for the rest of this season and next season as well. They have decided that they're going to extend the ban, which was originally only until the 4th of April. They're going to extend that now to the 30th of April as a minimum. So that means it could be extended further indefinitely, but they have said that no matter what, this season will be completed. They're expecting a June 30 finish, which is the announcement they made after the meeting, but based on discussions between Sky Sports pundits that I heard over the past few days, they think the season could end up not finishing until the 30th of October, based on the way the virus could last.
Is this all just to want to give Liverpool a title or what? October?
I think it's the integrity of the season, because if you really think about it, if you cancel a season, you will either have to tell everyone who would have been relegated or everyone who would have been promoted from the Championship and the lower leagues, they got to stay put. They'd have to do some weird thing next season to accommodate either more teams in one league, less teams in another league, and it would just throw into question the integrity of the entire sport. Whereas by extending this season and then potentially, having to play next season under different conditions or even cancelling cup competitions, it at least allows the league's integrity to remain intact. Okay,
so let's say they decided to finish the league.
Yeah.
And German league decided not to finish their league. Yeah. Italy, clearly they probably won't, because they probably have no one by then to play, because it looks like it's getting worse in Italy.
Yeah. Cristiano Ronaldo will be okay. He's up in
Portugal, isn't it?
Yeah.
But what happened to the Champions League and Europa League and things like that?
And then you got to look at it. How are they going to cope to put in the 2021 Euros?
Yeah.
Because it's going to be 2021.
Yeah.
When the season finish October.
Yeah.
And you got like 3 months until the end of the month.
Exactly.
The end of the year. So all they have to do, I think the best way to do it, call the season over. We start afresh next season. That's just the best way to do it.
I think I agree with you, my friend. I know this may not go down well with Liverpool fans, but for the sake of the way the football league is planned, in terms of League One, League Two, Championship and Premier League. If they finish Premier League, they have to also finish all these leagues.
Yeah.
But who is to say in the bottom where these other players are not as fancy as Premier League players? They've quarantined themselves, isolated themselves very well. Remember some of these players who play League One, League Two, they live at home or something. They're not really poshly living. like the other
No,
Premier League
They
players.
don't have the means, yeah.
So they might be affected more down in the lower leagues, for example. Because right now, as far as we know, this corona, this is not confirmed or anything, is still in early stages in UK.
Oh, definitely. I mean, if you look at other countries like China, Italy, things like that, our deaths in comparison are nowhere near, even the amount of people who've contracted it.
Exactly.
But I ask you the question, if you want to scrap the league and you want to do all that, how do you decide who gets the Europa League positions? How do you decide who gets the Champions League positions for next season?
No. So
but how do you do? But how do you decide these
as
things?
easy is just to void it and then we start afresh. So just like last season, everyone is going to be in the Premier League, everyone is going to be in the Championship, everyone is going to be in the League One.
But next season there'll be a Champions League. Which 4 teams play in that?
The same team that go to Champions League, the same team will stay there. It's easy as that.
So it's exactly the same. So you just restart like this league never happened.
Yeah, you void it when the thing is voided. Everything has never happened.
The reason,
no matter how many goals you scored,
doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
The reason they don't really want to do that is because the league enters into a contract with every player that signs up for it. Like when us as Plymouth Hope, if we entered a football tournament, if we have signed a contract with that football tournament, we turn up and then that tournament decide not to go on for a reason, we can sue them. Just like those teams will sue the Premier League.
That is what we call breach of contract.
Yeah,
you can do that, and this is not just you're not just deleting this contract due to say it's just what you want to do. You're doing it because
you feel that's what you have to do.
Yeah, what you have to do. You understand? So it's the best thing to do for the public, not just for one sex side. You have to do it for the public, for the fans, and for the people that are living in the country.
But what if they're to be, because an idea which they've been floating around is potentially playing it all behind closed doors. We're all going to have to self-isolate over the next few months. Football stadiums, if you just have the players inside, are very safe places as long as all the players are tested beforehand for coronavirus. So having all the games broadcast on live TV, all behind closed doors, would do something for the public who have to stay at home for the next few months and also finish the season, which could be a good idea.
It doesn't work like that, Remy. These clubs, they make money through people going into
not the Premier League
stadiums.
monies. The amount of money the Premier League monies make off
through TV, innit?
Tickets, yes.
It's through TV.
The TV money's way more. The lower league clubs, I do understand.
They're also called business.
Yeah,
it's going to affect
it's a drop in the bucket.
Not going into the stadiums to watch games
from the Championship down, yes, but for the Premier League clubs, it doesn't make any difference.
It does add a lot to their distance. When you buy a ticket, bro, it does add to your budget. For players, it does, Remy. When you pay players, when you pay to go in to watch football, where do you keep the money? Where does the money go? It goes into the club bank, innit?
Okay.
It goes into the club bank.
Yeah,
they use that kind of money to sort their workers.
It's an income. Yeah,
there are workers on the pitch. There are workers that work for the stadium. There are workers. They have people that cook food and everything.
Yeah, I understand that, but if you look at the amount it is, so in the 2018-19 season, Liverpool earned £94.5 million from ticket sales. Across the course of the season, that includes all the cups, Champions League and everything. Broadcasting, they earned 300 million, and then commercial, they earned 210 million. So their match day is a fifth of everything else. So I understand it is a lot and it can cover a lot of things.
19 million is a lot of money.
But that will just come out of their profits. It won't affect any of their operating costs.
It will affect,
because Liverpool's profits were more than 90 million.
No business. Hold on here. Hello, I think you've got a caller coming in. Queen, how you doing?
How you doing?
Perry. You good, my friend?
How you doing?
Not too bad at all. Listen, let me see if these guys can hear you as well. Can you guys hear?
Yep.
Yes, we can hear you. How are you?
I'm fine. And yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Not too bad.
Yes, Perry, you good?
Yeah, good. How you doing, top dog?
So listen, I was listening to your conversation about coronavirus and how it should be played behind closed doors, yeah? One factor you're missing is if they played around behind closed doors and a couple players get the coronavirus, that means they then need to be quarantined for another 2-3 weeks, which then means additional missing of football.
Yeah.
What's your point of view on that?
Yeah, you do make a good point with that, because that could, say Liverpool were playing someone and then Van Dijk, Salah and Mane all get coronavirus. Then Liverpool are nowhere near the same team. But I think
right now, in the long term, what should happen is right now they should just disqualify all football for now, all sports, and then get it back on when all the teams are fully fit. So then there'll be a full-on competition.
I agree with you.
But that's why I think we need to, first of all, we need to get a handle on testing. There's a company right now developing testing kits where you can test someone and find out within 10 minutes whether they have coronavirus, even if they're not displaying symptoms. That needs to be rolled out on a much larger scale and available to everyone. Football clubs, especially the Premier League, who can afford to spend millions on anything they wish, should really be looking into this right now and getting all the players tested and making sure they're staying in sterile, safe conditions. But I think by abandoning the competition, you really throw the entire essence of football, the spirit of football, into disrepute. Because by not having the competition, by just writing it all off and saying to clubs like Sheffield
It's
United,
not by choice, Remy.
no, I understand it's not by choice, but if you can keep the competition going in any way, you should. I mean, teams like Sheffield United, teams like Leicester City, who have had wonder seasons, who may not be able to do it again next season, shouldn't be stripped of Champions League or Europa League football. If we can make it work, which I believe they think they can by playing it behind closed doors, shouldn't we try to in any way we can?
Remy, do you know to play it behind closed doors,
Yeah.
you need to put additional lights and stuff, and you need additional security. Everyone's on lockdown right now, so there's no way for them getting funds through for themselves. How do you expect them to like pay for a TV channel to then watch football and like pay for additional stuff as well?
I think the additional money could be found in the additional broadcasting money that you'd make, because the thing that Sky Sports wants to do, if it's all going to be behind closed doors, is broadcast all the games.
Why do you think most of these clubs said we don't want to play behind closed doors? Because especially like what you said last week, innit? Like the fans bring joy to football.
Oh yeah,
There's a lot of people that have waited for like ages and ages for Liverpool to win that trophy, and now they won't be able to see that because
if I didn't get to be a part of it, if I didn't get to see the fans run on the pitch after,
the best thing to
it
do
would take some away.
I feel so bad for Liverpool, but unfortunately this thing this is a disaster. It's a natural disaster that happened to the entire world. You know, the best thing to do for the safety of the society, safety of the people, safety of the fans, void the league and start afresh. Liverpool.
No, but they have said that the season will be finished no matter what. The Premier League have come out and said it, so it is going to finish no matter what.
Yeah.
It just depends how.
They have no control. I mean, this virus, they're hoping this virus will finish in June.
Oh no, but they said even if the season has to finish in October.
But what about we still in Western Association by then, so in October? They have no control of it.
No.
They're just chatting for avoiding.
But they've said they will.
The lawyers and being sued because they don't know all this.
None of us do. No.
Yeah, Petty.
Yeah.
So, what's your taking? Do you think Liverpool should be allowed, regardless, to
100% not, coach.
I see.
100% not. For the past few days, have they been performing? Before coronavirus even started, have they been performing?
No. I agree with you.
Everyone has a
just because West Ham won 3 games, they should get the trophy straight away because they won the last 3 games.
but when you look at it, Liverpool have already won the league. There is nothing that's going to happen that's stopping from winning the league. How many points?
Hello.
2 more.
5 more points.
5 more points. Come on, they're going to have to win that. How many games remain?
9 games.
9 games.
Yeah, 27 points. 5 points from 27 points.
Like
They will get 5 points.
They will get 5 points. It's easy. I think it's going to be harsh on them to void the league, but it's not all about Liverpool. It's about the safety of the fans.
Yeah.
The safety of the people. You understand?
And of the players.
And the players, of course. You know,
it's not immune to Van Dijk, is it? It's everyone.
Yeah.
So Virgil van Dijk is a superhero, so he may be immune to it.
No, Matuidi is a superhero, but he got it.
Pete, thanks for the contributing show. Thanks for your call. Appreciate it, man.
Nice one, period.
Take care, buddy. Cheers. Yes, that was our call. If you want to call, the number to call is 0779203205. It's on the show here, myself, Tornado, and Remy, and we're just talking about how the coronavirus could be affecting football. We are aware that the Premier League have come up and said the league will complete regardless. On Facebook there we've got Afiz. He just said, I think the league should be completed. And then you also say Liverpool deserve to be crowned champions. I disagree. You can only be crowned champions if you have actually finished.
Let's get some You'll Never Walk Alone in the chat.
I think Hafiz should concentrate on FC Barcelona, not England. I don't know. I think no one knows. I think, including right now, just catching on the coronavirus, the Prime Minister come up the whole week with updates.
he seems to also have no clue what's going on.
No, it could change tomorrow.
It could change
again the day after.
Change the day after. So, without thinking the worst of the Premier League, I think they should just make this their summer, and then they can start the new season earlier.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, this coronavirus is not going to last for like another 3 weeks because.
No, the Minister Premier said 12 weeks.
That's
3 months.
When you watch the news, even like the shutdown they're gonna say it's gonna happen, it's not gonna happen. They're not even talking about it yet.
Oh no, but lockdown isn't like stay in your house. I mean, they're on lockdown in France and Italy at the moment. And you still go out. Yeah. It's just only essential travel.
Yeah, but it's not gonna happen in the UK. Shutdown in the UK will kill this country's economy, and this Prime Minister is very wise. He's not going to let that happen. That's why he knows what the country is going to do.
He is a businessman first.
This country does not have any specific business. They rely on tax from people. They rely on businesses other countries bring to this country. This is how they survive in this country, and I agree with them. It's not a threat yet to this country.
No, 100%. One of the best points I heard, which a lot of people are saying, is no matter how bad this virus gets, and it is going to kill a lot of people, one thing that kills even more people is poverty. Yeah. And if this country shuts down, goes into lockdown, the rest of the world follows, the economy will plunge off a cliff. It will put so many people into poverty in even very wealthy countries. And then countries that aren't even very wealthy now will be thrown off the edge of a cliff. And that would kill so many more people than this virus ever could. So that's what they really want to avoid.
Okay, moving on from the virus, which we have not much news about. We are hoping Liverpool won't win the league anyway. Do you guys know Ronaldinho is in prison?
For fake passport. It's a very weird passport. Story, that is.
Tell us, what do you know?
Well, he got invited over to the opening of a club hotel resort in Peru.
He likes party.
Yeah, he does.
Is it Peru or Paraguay?
Peru. And he had his passport taken off of him a few months before for trying to marry 2 women at the same time. And the police wouldn't let him, so they took his passport away because he wanted to leave the country and try to do it somewhere else. Then he gets invited to the opening of a hotel resort in Peru. He's like, I want to go. So he gets a fake passport made with his brother. They fly over. They're in the hotel resort having a great time. And then police knock on their door. And you're Ronaldinho, this is a fake passport, you're coming to prison. But the prison that he's being held in has just stated that they're going to be holding a futsal tournament while he's there.
And they stated, or they've already done it.
No.
I've seen that.
He killed it.
Yeah, he won the cup.
He won the cup.
And he killed it.
If you've got Ronaldinho there, you've got to have a football tournament.
He's the only guy you want in your team anytime, isn't it, Ronaldinho? I'll take him in my team anytime, in prison or anywhere else in the world.
I think it's a lot of like thing to say Ronaldinho is one of the best players of all time. Also, a lot of people it's argumentation, it's debate. It's a good one to say Ronaldinho is one of the best players of all time.
I think
he was Barcelona's Messi before Messi was there. He was the one who ran the show there. He was the one who gave you that bit of magic. But Messi was another level. You saw it when they played together.
Messi is much better player than Ronaldinho, whereas Ronaldo is much better player than Messi. So
Ronaldo's not a better player than Messi.
Of course he is, bro.
No.
When you look at, of course Ronaldo is the best player, better than Messi. We all know that.
I think it's very debatable. I mean, you can make an argument for either, and that's why I would put them on the same level, because you can make an argument for either. Personally, I rate Messi as a better player, but I would rate Ronaldo as a better athlete, because he didn't have as much natural talent, but he's worked very hard.
Hold on, please. We've got a caller here. Problem is this phone is also personal, so bear with me, guys. We're still learning. Caller, what's your name again? Sorry. Hello.
Hello?
Can you hear us? Yes, we can hear you now. What was your question again? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. What do you want to ask again?
I said, why is Ronaldo the best player? Like, what are the reasons for it?
Oh.
Yeah, Ronaldo. Why would you say Ronaldo's better than Messi?
I think Ronaldo's been on this for a long time, you know. Last weekend, so you're trying to justify the same thing. Tell us.
Ronaldo is a better player than Messi because Ronaldo has been to England and won the Ballon d'Or. Has been to Spain and won the Ballon d'Or. He just went to Italy and beat the record of nobody has done it.
Matched the record. Matched the record.
Yeah, he matched the record, but
that 2 other people.
He nearly break it, but he break it in the hardest way. 11.
Batistuta did 11 in a row, and
it's not
Quagliarella.
No.
They both did.
But Ronaldo did it on the hardest way. Even Batistuta
How did he do it? No,
because
Quagliarella did it.
But he was rested for 3 games. Thank you. Come back and play again. Quagliarella was rested for 3 games. Why I said Ronaldo is the best player of all time? Because everywhere he goes in the world, he proved that. Messi has been in Barcelona with the same tactics of football. He hasn't done it. Ronaldo has won European Championship with his country. He's won this Nations Cup with his country. Has Messi done that? No. Ronaldo has done it.
The things that Messi does and still continues to
That
do,
is
I only saw Ronaldo do at United and maybe his first 2 years at Madrid. Then he's converted. He's had to change as a player. Messi has so much more natural skill and talent.
When you dribble players does not make you a better player.
But who has scored the most goals in a single season? Messi has scored over 70 goals in a single season.
But so who will you say is the best finisher of all time? Ronaldo. When somebody can score goal with his right, can score goal with his left,
finisher of all time, I'd say Alan Shearer.
Can score goal every time, anywhere.
I've seen Ronaldo miss a lot.
He plays against Spain and score a hat-trick. Ask him.
What's your name again, sorry? Hello?
You do really love Ronaldo though.
Hello?
I can feel it coming through in your passion. You do really.
Caller, are you still there? I think we gotta lost our caller here. Caller, are you still there?
Hello?
Hello, yes, we can hear you. Are you answered by any chance? Are you convinced? Are you convinced with the Ronaldo's answer?
Not really, no.
No, you're not impressed.
Are you more of a Messi fan?
Or Neymar. I thought Neymar's overlooked.
Neymar, okay. I don't really agree with you there. I think he's a bit overrated, but I'd definitely put Ronaldo and Messi on the same level. But you know, I can't have a go at someone for making the argument for Ronaldo because it's the same reasons I'd make the argument for Messi. But
yeah.
I think they've both got to be held up, and they're both 2 players that when they go, they'll leave a hole in football.
What was your name again? So we didn't pick your name when you came in.
No, I didn't know.
What was your name again? Sorry.
I don't have one now.
Oh, you haven't got it now. Okay, no problem. Thanks for your call, and I appreciate it. Thanks for contributing. Thank you very much.
Awesome stuff.
She's gone. Thanks, really. Yeah, that's good. Thank you very much for people who are calling into the show right now. I think we gotta go with this a bit. This question, it's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Because you seem to be Messi.
Yeah, definitely.
And you seem to be Ronaldo.
Yeah.
But before I give mine.
Yeah.
Let's debate the debate.
Yeah.
So we can talk even facts. If we have to Google it, we have to Google it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
This is a podcast. It's an open discussion. People at home, if you want to contribute as well, the question is, who is the best player between Ronaldo and Messi? This has been going on for a long time in many conversations. It's not the first time this is being debated. But on P-Town Radio, this is what we do. Let's thank our sponsors, Car Sales Barbershop in Plymouth and Indiana Healthcare Services Recruitment Agency, also in Plymouth, as our sponsors. I'll start with you, Remy, because I've heard your Ronaldo facts before. Remy, why do you think Messi is better than Ronaldo?
I think Messi is the Sir Alex Ferguson of playing. He has gone to one club. He has played for them his entire life. He arrived at 13 years old from Argentina. He wasn't big enough to play football. He had to go through hormone therapy, build himself up, adjust to an entire new culture, and he came through one of the most fabled academies of all time, La Masia. Stood out head and shoulders above everyone. You hear people who played with him in La Masia, like Piqué. They say even from a young age, 13, 14, 15, everyone knew he was special. Comes into a team which has players like Samuel Eto'o, Thierry Henry, Ronaldinho, and even then, as a 19-year-old player, is head and shoulders above them. You see this kid is really going to be special. And then from 19 years old to what is he now, 32, he hasn't missed a beat. There hasn't been a season where you'd say, oh, he's had an off season, he's been below par. Every single season, 30 plus goals, probably about the same assists, a trophy list longer than anyone in the game, probably except Ronaldo, who can probably match him. And he is the heartbeat of that Barcelona team. When he goes, I think they will collapse.
If Messi goes.
Messi retires.
That's why he said Barcelona team. This is a player that's been there all his life. Ronaldo came from Sporting Lisbon, come to England, and won Ballon d'Or in the club. He has not only changed the level of game, he has done something that only few people has done that in the history of Premier League. Then he traveled, he left England to go to Spain and became the best club in the world, all-time goal scorer. And also became Champions League all-time goal scorer of all time. Now, what my question here to people is, Ronaldo is a man who won a lot of trophies. Like he won 5 Champions League. Okay, forget about the clubs. He has done it for Portugal, for instance. Yeah. What has Messi done? It is exactly proved to show that Messi only played football in Barcelona, but he can't do it outside.
So I would make the very big argument of the 2010 final, Argentina-Germany.
Has they won it?
No. But all I'm saying is, with competition football, he's gotten to the final. He's gotten to the final of the Copa America. He can get marked out of a game by a good team, but the amount of chances, if you watch that 2010 final, the amount of chances Argentina
it doesn't count. The count here
it's who wins. I understand you walk away with who
Ronaldo
wins.
came to, what do we call this game? Against in the Nations Cup semi-final.
Yeah.
He scored a hat-trick against Switzerland.
Yeah,
Messi said, I've never seen anything like that. And he went ahead to win the Euros for them.
And Messi
and win
this last one for them.
And Messi has done magic for Argentina.
You understand? And how many times have Ronaldo take Spain to World Cup? He scored a hat-trick against Sweden. He scored a hat-trick against Ireland. You know,
but he went to Champions League. He didn't play in the final.
He went to the World Cup. Yeah, but who took them there?
Yeah, but he didn't play the final.
But he didn't play the final, but who took them there?
He had a good team around him. The team won the final.
No, you don't say that, bro.
He was off in 7 minutes, wasn't it? And then he was just on the side cheering.
As of that Euros, when you're talking about good players, good team around you, Argentina had most good squad than Portugal.
They had great attackers. The rest of that Argentina squad has been terrible for about 10 years.
They've got Otamendi, Marcos Rojo, the Michelis, they're all big defenders. They played in the big clubs before.
But if you look at what Messi has done, he is the all-time Argentina top scorer above people like Maradona.
So as Ronaldo.
What I'm saying is, I'm not going to count. He has done it. He can't do it all on his own.
Yeah, I'm not going to count Maradona and Pele as top goal scorers of all time, because when they were playing football, there was no offside. These are people that would just go and stand in front of 18 and just score.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
You understand? When you look at the kind of goals Ronaldo scored, example against Sampdoria, against Sampdoria, the kind of goals he scored, he was, I can't even say it. He was like that. Even the manager give him a round of applause. A goal that he scored against Juventus in Champions League semi-final. All the Juventus fans were on their feet, clapping their hands. It's very easy. Messi can leave Barcelona and the club will continue because it's their pattern of football. But when Ronaldo left Real Madrid, the club couldn't play anything because he
I disagree with that. What if you look at it now? And obviously we can't debate this until Messi obviously fully retires. But Ronaldo left United. United kept winning. Ronaldo has left Real Madrid. Real Madrid are on course to win La Liga this season.
No, don't say that. No.
They're on course to win La Liga.
No, there wasn't that.
There has been these clubs before, and now you look at Ronaldo's gone to Juventus. This is the first season in how long that Juventus are actually in a title race, and someone else could win the title after Ronaldo's gone.
He was there last season.
So if anything, they're a worse team.
But how many goals has he scored there? He's still scoring goals.
You can make the argument.
No, there's no argument for this, bro.
His numbers have dropped massively though since.
Someone asked you on
but since he left Madrid.
Yeah, I think
because his age is gone, bro. With the amount of age he's got now and he's still doing what he is doing,
Messi did stuff. The argument I have always made is Ronaldo needs support and service around him. Messi dictates that Barcelona team. He creates for everyone. He is the heartbeat of it. Ronaldo is like the tip of the spear.
Did you know what Diego Simeone said? Last comment before I leave. Diego Simeone said, "You can take Ronaldo to war alone and he'll win that war for you. But Messi needs his co-fighters around him for him to win that war." This is a manager that said that. He hates Ronaldo anyway, but he said that for Ronaldo.
I think Messi's won many a game on his own. I've seen him win.
And I can also say Ronaldo has won many games on his own than Messi.
They both have. They are both god level players.
So how, among them, who has won more games that's much more important to their clubs? Ronaldo did more than Messi.
I'd say during their time when they were competing in the same league, Messi beat Ronaldo more than Ronaldo beat Messi.
How?
Well, because the Champions League semi-final,
to bring trophies. I'm saying more important games. Who won more?
Someone asked on Facebook. He said, "Who has the best goal contribution in history?"
Oh well, in their all-time career, Ronaldo's got 725 goals. Messi's got
626,
697.
97, yeah.
So that's 28 more for Ronaldo, but Ronaldo has played 150 more games.
Yeah, that doesn't count because Ronaldo was in Sporting Lisbon. You know,
we have scored more hat-tricks. We have scored more hat-tricks.
More hat-tricks.
Surely Cristiano Ronaldo.
And Cristiano has scored hat-tricks by headers.
By headers. I mean, the kind of hat-tricks Ronaldo scored. He scored a hat-trick against Spain in the World Cup. Messi has never done that in his entire career to score a hat-trick against. Well, what team does he score a trick against? Thailand, India. That's when he scored a trick against.
Oh, it's getting it up in the studio. I swear.
No, there is not even competition between Ronaldo and Messi. Ronaldo is the best time goal scorer of all time.
If you want to contribute to the show as well, the number to call is 0779203205 is your number. The P-Town Radio here in Plymouth on a Friday football talk. Myself, Ronaldo, and Remy. Please don't forget to contribute. You can also comment. We are here every Friday. You can put to us on our messages, our handles on Instagram as well. You can see P-Town Radio. Our sponsors is Cast House Barbershop in Plymouth. This is where we are. I'm just looking to put them in this debate anyway. Who is better? Mo Salah?
Yep.
And I had this in my head. Where's the name good?
Hazard. Salah.
Yeah.
100%.
Salah. Basically, he's a goal
70
scorer.
goals, 100 Premier League games.
He's a goal scorer.
Hazard, I feel, could have done it, but I think you've seen in his time at Real Madrid now, he doesn't have the work ethic.
Hazard kind of just score more. Mo Salah scored more goals, no assists.
No, way more assists as well. I think.
Yeah, he does assist also. When you look at the kind of games they play, this is somebody who play game for much more entertainment. You understand? He's a very good player, Hazard, but he's getting injured all the time. He can't play. I don't think there's no comparison between him and Mo Salah. What do you think? I think Mo Salah is a better player than him.
Yeah, I would have always put Eden Hazard more into that number 10 category. I know he played out wide, but he was very much an Özil type of player. He'll get on the ball and he'll try and assist and put it forward into the dangerous areas. Probably play the key pass, the pass before the assist.
Yeah.
But Salah he's played as a striker since he's been at Liverpool, whether he's on the right or left or wherever you class him as a winger, he is a striker. He has scored 70 goals in 100 games. He has got 37 assists in that time as well.
Okay.
So that's more than a goal contribution a game.
Yeah.
He has done that over 3 seasons. In his first season, he broke the Premier League scoring record for most goals in a single season.
Yeah.
That first season he was putting up Messi, Ronaldo level numbers. I think he finished 47 goals and 22 assists in that first season.
More of a thing is I remember we arguing on the bus on our way to Southampton with the team players. We were arguing about Jamie Vardy and Harry Kane, who is the best player. Like, who do you think is a better number 9? And I was saying to people, a lot of people, I think Harry Kane is overrated, while Jamie Vardy is underrated, even in the England squad. When you look at it, who score more goals than among each other? Who would you want to take to Manchester United? You take Harry Kane anyway.
So are you trying to tell me like Jamie Vardy is better striker than Harry?
Yes, by far. I think so. He is. He doesn't even get injured. He's older. He hardly got injured. There is no one single season that Harry Kane will not go injury.
Injury doesn't make you a bad striker.
But it contributes. It contributes to being a better player.
Your goal ratio.
I think one of the things that makes Liverpool front 3 so valuable is none of them are ever injured for more than 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're never out for long periods. Because as a manager then, you don't need to buy someone as backup. You can rely on them week in, week out.
Is it only because Kane has played more games now? He scored more goals for England, isn't he?
I think so. He scored more goals.
Yeah,
he's the one
played for a lot
forward.
more time for England. I mean, Vardy only had 2 seasons really in England's first team, and he would only come on as a substitute for Kane.
Do you remember, like, Jamie Vardy became a professional when he was 27, 26?
26, yeah, he came from.
That's when he became a pro.
He joined Fleetwood Town.
Like, it's like an Ian Wright of modern days.
Yeah. So, but when you look at the way come on, Jamie Vardy, you have to give it to him. Even my manager said that I'll take Jamie Vardy ahead of Harry Kane.
I'd have Jamie Vardy in my team, but I do have to say Harry Kane is one of the cleanest strikers of the ball that I have ever seen. His
finishing is super.
Yeah, the way he hits a ball, the power he can put in it's absolutely insane. I think he is a really great hold-up, old-fashioned centre forward.
Yeah.
But especially with the way the game is played now, I think Jamie Vardy hurts teams a lot more,
Yeah,
especially in Leicester.
Yeah, he's aggressive. You know, he's paced behind strike. All they do is to look for the ball behind them. You know.
Yeah, him and Mahrez are the reason Leicester, and Kante of course, are the reason Leicester City won a title.
Won the title.
And that's the single greatest thing I have ever seen in football.
Yeah.
Leicester City winning a title.
Yeah.
And he will be remembered as that. And he stayed at Leicester afterwards, which shows his loyalty to the club, which gave him a chance.
Was no link with
I don't
Arsenal
know.
for a minute.
But
I don't know if you guys
are accepted.
are observing what I'm observing, like in Manchester City at the moment. Whenever Mahrez lose the ball, the players start having a go at him. And he's the best winger they've got right now. He's performing a lot better than Sterling at the moment.
Yeah, definitely.
You know?
And Sane's been out injured most of the season.
Yeah.
He has really, and if you look at in the Man United derby, I thought Man City were terrible that day in the Manchester. Once Mahrez came on, they finally started having some luck. Somebody getting in behind, creating some chances.
Yeah.
But before that, no.
Man United. I think if there's any club to be actually gutted about why the season is stopped, it's Manchester United, because they are doing so well that
They kept form, yeah.
I as a man,
They finished top four, I think.
yeah, they will finish top 2 or even top 2. You know, they will finish that.
Top two, you think
I
they're
think
gonna
so.
give
Yeah.
City?
And Manchester United, like they are that good that I can't see any club beating them at the moment.
I think we're overhyping 3 games at the moment. I think they've got to 3 games.
There is a thing whereby you can hide.
Just like everyone else is underplaying Liverpool's 29 games, which we've shown consistency over. And I'm gonna downplay Man United's last 3 games because I think everyone's putting a bit too much on a couple of good performances against some teams which maybe aren't playing at their best.
Okay.
That's it. I remember Archie, we were arguing in the house, and Archie looked me in the eyes and said to me, Harry Kane is a better player than Ronaldo. I couldn't sleep, man.
No,
I couldn't sleep.
I can imagine. I said,
For a couple of seasons, Harry Kane thought he was.
I've
It was in the season when he was when Mo Salah first came and he was competing with him for the Golden Boot.
I've seen your celebrations.
Of
So
course, Ronaldo make me a better scorer. You know, Ronaldo
makes you a better man.
make me get the money I'm getting in some clubs, because I'm not a very good footballer, but I score goals.
They in the last hour, there's a talks of the European games. Also, remember I said to you guys, what will they do with the Champions League and?
Oh, the thing is doing tournament style, aren't they?
It's still not finished, isn't it? Because of the coronavirus.
For Champions League.
They also aim for mid-May, resuming in mid-May. I don't know. European football aiming for mid-May. So that means like European. That means Spain, Italy, France.
Yeah.
England are saying what? They're saying
30th of April, but that's just a precautionary one. They'll extend it to any time. They're hoping to restart by then.
So in talks with that means the Europeans are also looking to resume, because there will be also Champions League to resolve. What you call it, Europa League to resolve.
Yeah.
I read an article with that they're considering doing tournament style football, like the World Cup or like the Euros.
That Europa is for Man U anyway.
football.
That Europa is for Man U anyway.
Yeah, I think Manchester United can win that.
There's some good teams in Europa.
Inter Milan also in there.
It'd be good to see Lukaku.
Yeah.
Coming
So
back
when
to
you
Old Trafford.
watch it, I think it's between Inter Milan and
I think
Manchester
Wolves could
United.
surprise a few. Wolves have been playing very well in the
they
Europa.
are
good.
good, especially
Yeah.
if they play against Manchester. They have a very good record against Man United.
Yeah.
They do.
But as of now, I don't see them taking.
Because that's the
record
thing, Man
against
United struggle against those teams where they're expected to win. When they're
Yeah,
expected
but
to win and they have to dominate the game,
Fernandes are
they
back.
can get hit on the
Things are
counter.
different. at Old Trafford.
They're different.
Things are different at Old Trafford at the moment.
But no, I read a really good article the other day on Sky Sports about Lukaku saying Oli wanted him to stay, but he told him that he couldn't because he couldn't stick it out being a substitute, and I can understand that for Lukaku. I mean, he was brought in to be the main man,
Yeah, true.
but he wasn't being given the opportunity.
What happened to Sanchez? Surely he's a footballer. You guys are
He's out
footballers.
injured. He's out injured at the moment.
Yeah, he's not played for 3 years now.
He was getting 500 grand a week at United.
Yeah, but that was when he left Arsenal and then he started getting all these injuries. He was playing very good games for Arsenal. He was scoring goals.
He was scoring
and then he
goals.
left.
And they normally get injured at Arsenal, and then it gets fixed when they go to
But
other
what will
teams.
you have
Now,
done? What will you have done? You're playing for Arsenal, and then a better club call you to come and play for them with that
for
amount of
500
money.
grand, yeah,
Of course, you
obviously.
Let's talk about transfers because that's probably gonna. I think transfers are more interesting.
Definitely.
In a sense that we want to guess. Of course, we are guessing who would Arsenal want to have in their team. in where should they strengthen, and also you with your Liverpool side that are struggling at the moment. Where would you buy? And then I'll tell you where my team is at.
Well, I don't think he knows. But I know what my team wants, because right now he will tell you Van Dijk is the best player of all time at the back, which I believe.
Van Dijk is an amazing player.
But now he's starting to be exposed. Van Dijk is not a defender.
He's not being exposed. The team is playing back. Van Dijk's not been playing back. The team has had a couple of bad games. Van Dijk is a leader and an amazing centre back, and will go down alongside.
That can defend when the ball comes to his head. That can defend when the ball comes to his feet.
He can defend when the ball comes to his feet. He wasn't dribbled round for a whole year.
What?
He was not dribbled round or passed for a whole year.
In the Premier League, yes. I understand.
Yes.
Yeah, in the Premier League. Because
against
people are scared of big,
Aguero,
massive defenders.
Raheem Sterling, Riyad Mahrez, players like this were in the Premier League. They couldn't get past
so let's go back.
They couldn't get past it.
Let's go back to the topic.
Yeah.
Remy.
Yeah.
Where would you strengthen a Liverpool side?
Definitely attackers. I think
attackers.
Yeah.
That's Mane, Salah, and Firmino.
100%. I think the backup that they have behind them, those three world-class players, no doubt. But you look at who you've got to come in if any of them are injured. Shaqiri, Origi.
Lallana. What's wrong with Lallana?
No, Lallana's going. He's going to be at Leicester next season or some other club. He's even on a free. But I always classed him as one of the more the midfield three. If you have to put in Shaqiri or Origi in any of those positions, you lose a lot as Liverpool. And I think because Mane, Salah and Firmino don't have a world-class person behind them chomping at the bit to try and get in, and who has the quality to displace them, they're not being pushed. They're not playing at their best because they know they don't need to.
Yeah.
So I'd really like us to go out, and Timo Werner has been talked about a lot. Yeah. I've seen him a bit for Leipzig this season in the games against Tottenham, which I watched on TV. He looks very good. He looks very much the type of player who could play on either side of Firmino.
Yeah.
And that's the style that Leipzig play. They play three very tight strikers at the front, and Werner normally plays on the right. I think he'd be very good. There's rumours he's got a £50 million release clause in his contract, which in the current game is peanuts for a player who's 23. He scored 22 goals in 24 games in the Bundesliga this season. I think that's good money for that. Jadon Sancho is someone I also really like, but it depends whether Liverpool think he's worth 100 million.
But they can't afford him, they won't bring him in.
Liverpool can afford anyone right now because they didn't buy anyone last season. They got over £200 million worth of
transfer.
Prize money last year. Going to get about the same again this year for winning the Premier League. They can afford anyone. The person I'd really like to see them go and get is Kylian Mbappe. But I think transfer fee and wages, he'll end up costing near $1 billion.
He's not going to play in that.
He would come to Liverpool.
He was talking about how much he loves Liverpool.
That stadium is not Kylian Mbappe.
It is. And I think the important thing which you need to look at, which could make that happen, Liverpool have just signed a new sponsorship deal with Nike. Kylian Mbappe as a Nike ambassador, and Liverpool's new kit deal is the record kit deal for a British club beating Man United's kit deal.
Yeah, because Liverpool are now to be fair,
the biggest club.
If he wants to go anywhere, he's definitely going to go to Real Madrid to go because Zidane is one of his idols.
He'll do the Ronaldo. He'll take a route through the Premier League. He wants to play in the Premier League. It's better to play in the Premier League while you're young. Go through the Premier League and then end up in Real Madrid after once they get themselves sorted out.
But he wouldn't end up in Liverpool, that's one thing for sure.
Nothing.
He
can only go to Madrid.
And I'd like to see us
Man United. I see him going to Man United than Liverpool.
And I'd also like to see us get a young midfielder in, box to box, but with more of an attacking edge. Possibly somebody like Kai Havertz if the price is right.
Do you think that Chinese guy they bought is a Chinese guy? Minamino. Is that a good buy?
I think it's a good buy for 7.5 million. Do I think he's someone that's really going to push the team forward and be starting week in, week out?
No.
Personally, no. And I'd like to see a left back to come in as cover for Andy Robertson because he's looked very tired this season. Just somebody maybe 28, 29 coming to the end of his career who'd like a few games for Liverpool, maybe win a few trophies and is prepared to sit on the bench.
Tornado, who would you want to come to Arsenal? The whole team? Including the keeper?
I have liked your new centre back, Pablo Mari. He's looked
good, but
it's better than what you have.
No, when Papastopoulos came in, we were like, oh, he's very good. His first 3 games. No, I've seen that. Now, Mustafi. I can defend better than him.
Get him on the Zimmer frame out.
I can defend better than Mustafi. You can. I know you used to be a very good defender. Yeah. I believe you can defend better than Mustafi. Arsenal back, definitely I'm going to get rid of Hector Bellerin.
Really?
Yeah. He doesn't know how to defend. He can't defend. He only go for
Serious?
like yeah. When he doesn't, when you watch, I watch Arsenal game all the time.
Yeah.
They are positioning at the back very bad. This is why Arsenal all day, all out, every time we are losing games because our back line is bad. But when we come to the midfield, like the fans are bullying Granit Xhaka. He is a leader. He's like Henderson of Arsenal. No, honestly,
Yeah, no, that's
the work
insulting
rate. He's
to
got
Henderson,
work rate. He's got
That's
work rate.
insulting.
He's got that distance. we've got Guendouzi also. You
Yeah.
know, we got Ceballos. We got Mesut Ozil. These are midfielders that can play in any club. Ceballos he used to play in Madrid. I know he's a sub, but sometimes he start also. But when you look at
Those are midfielders that can
Guendouzi-
play in any bottom 10 club.
who- what?
Those midfielders you just mentioned would not get into any top 6 club.
Top six club.
No
Who?
one would have those. All the midfielders you just mentioned for Arsenal
Guendouzi,
would not get into
Ceballos.
any top 6 club.
Do you have there was a 15 million?
Any
That was
of
a
them.
15 million. That was a
Any
15
of
million.
them.
No,
Say
no,
Ozil
that was a
as well.
15 million. That was a 15 million. Guendouzi can go easily into Liverpool. Have you seen where he's
No,
playing
he
football?
isn't. The only
He
one.
can.
No, he isn't. The one linked to Liverpool's your striker. Who's the one? The Brazilian, Martinelli.
Martinelli.
He's a good player.
No, they
I
will.
rate
What
Martinelli.
are you saying? I'm saying like when you look at Lucas Torreira also, all these are big clubs that are looking for them. Inter Milan are going for Lucas Torreira.
It's
very good, man.
Italian clubs because you might work.
We're not talking about
Premier League top 6 club.
we are not just talking about the Premier League here. There are a lot of players that come into the Premier League and they can play good football in the Premier League. It doesn't suit their kind of football. Morata, he hasn't been playing any good game when it comes to Chelsea. He went back to Atletico Madrid, he scored goals, and disgustingly, Daredevil was saying, "Oh, I wish you'd done that when you were at the Premier League." No, that's not the way football works.
He should have, because
He doesn't have to play.
No, because the point you were making to back Cristiano Ronaldo as the greatest player of all time is because he can do it in the Premier League.
Yeah,
So
but
to
that's
be-
Cristiano
so to be
Ronaldo.
the greatest
No,
player, you
that's-
have to do it in the Premier League.
That is
and these players can't do it in the
yeah,
Premier League.
That is Cristiano Ronaldo. That is what makes Ronaldo the best player. That's why I said.
Yeah, and that's why these players that I'm talking about that do it in the Premier League are better than any of Arsenal's midfield, because I haven't seen it from any of them.
Yeah, I agree with
I've
you.
been, I've been
I'm not
waiting nearly
saying-
10 years for Mesut Ozil to do it, and I still haven't seen
I'm
it.
not saying Arsenal is a very good team. I'm disappointed with my team right
Yeah.
now. But I'm saying I'm going to change the back. I can agree with you for that. But I'm saying also, these players at Arsenal, they can be good there. Don't be surprised with Hanodon that you have, Henderson, and this. They cannot get into Manchester City also. We can say that. That's a debate.
Yeah,
They can't even get into Manchester United
Henderson
also.
will get into Manchester City.
He
team.
cannot get in there. No,
Nah,
there is a
nah,
point where he cannot get in there.
That's a
He would as one of their
that's
midfielders.
a
They
different
play different
debate,
kind of football there. It's not probability of, but he can't get in there.
He would.
When you-
He
no,
would
bro.
have Henderson at
Bro.
least as a substitute.
You can take Henderson. Let's talk about it then. If you go for Wijnaldum, yeah, go for Henderson. Who is the other one in the midfield? Fabinho. When we look at them, choose any three of these players that you said they can fit into best three clubs in the world.
Fabinho, 100%.
Yeah, he can go only him. Who else? They will struggle to fit in any club.
Wijnaldum, I feel, would get into, because he's a very good box-to-box midfielder, very
Yeah.
good. He can fill in
Okay,
systems.
so can you take Fabinho and drop him now for Casemiro in Real Madrid?
Casemiro, personally, I don't rate as much. Fernandinho, I'd compare Fabinho to, really. You could interchange those two seamlessly, I feel. Because I'd put Liverpool and Man City as the two top clubs in the world at the moment. And I'd say
Liverpool
they have
and Man
a
City.
lot of...
Which way
This guy, you been biased, man. What are you saying?
Which way are we talking about? This coronavirus one?
This Liverpool and Manchester City are tiers above everyone else, on and off the field.
Oh my! I think just play against Atletico Madrid and disrespect them, man.
I think that statement can only come in the coronavirus year, because Liverpool just lost to
Atletico Madrid.
Well, no, Liverpool and Manchester City. Manchester City started it, I will sit here and admit. They have upped the ante again in the Premier League. They have come in and they have said, to win a title in the Premier League now, you have to get above 95 points.
Yeah, but you
No,
know,
I
the
think
way
that-
Liverpool
I
are
think
playing now,
4
they'll
seasons
struggle to
ever
beat Exeter
before
City or even Plymouth Argyle. Let's be honest.
I disagree with that.
They'll struggle to
Liverpool-
beat Exeter. Like,
Liverpool had a blip. They had a few bad games. A lot of teams have had it in the season. Manchester City had it, like last season and the season before when they broke records. But Liverpool will come back. They'll get over 100 points.
yeah, but I wouldn't
And
say
they're
come on,
setting records.
You know, you can't say they are the best team in the world. Bayern Munich has unbeaten, you know, and they've been going in and out. They have been
And then
playing.
again,
Lewandowski
at the end
scoring
of the
lots of
season,
goals.
They can't be in smash.
No,
Chelsea.
I understand that. At the end of the
Smash
season,
Liverpool.
at the end of the season, when we see who's won and where all the dust is settled, then there may be a new hierarchy. But But I think right now, going on the past 2 seasons of football and including up to now,
no. So we don't go for past 2 seasons. We only go for the season.
Yeah, fine.
Now,
up to now,
if you're talking
Liverpool,
about the best
Manchester
team in the world, you're going for the club that has unbeaten record, isn't it? Which is Bayern Munich. They do it in and out. And
They don't have an
if
unbeaten
you said they only no team has ever beat them in this season.
Yeah, they have.
I don't think so. They
They
said
literally have.
they said
They
they have
weren't even
unbeaten
top of
record.
the thing.
Because I remember what Lawrence was saying last season, last week. He was talking about Bayern Munich. I don't know if you check about this thing. This is somebody who knows more about football, like more than myself. He go on Twitter all the time. He was saying something about
No, they have lost.
he was saying something about this thing.
Yeah, they've lost 4 games this season in the league.
Yeah, there was something he was saying about why they are the best team. You know, I can show you. That was something he make say. Then that if you can go to last comment, Lawrence was saying something about. You know, I forgot what he said.
Ah, yeah, okay. On here.
Yeah, on the last
And
program.
right now they're only 4 points ahead of
last
Borussia Dortmund and 5 points ahead of Leipzig. And
Yeah, there was something he said. He made a very good comment.
But let's go back to what you were saying.
Yeah.
You trying to tell us Liverpool are? I know.
And Manchester City.
City are West, my friend. You can't talk about
West.
City.
No,
They lost to
No, at all. They got
Norwich
100 points and 98
Wolves.
points.
You mean when last year? You mean
Well,
in this year?
I mean, I'm talking entirety of the club, on the field, off the field, the manager they have in place, the entire infrastructure and culture at the club is all pulling in the same direction and working well. You look at City; they've won they've won the domestic treble last season. They won the double before the season before that. They hold the record for the most games won in a season. They hold the record for the most goals scored in a season. They hold God knows how many other records. I think for the most home wins, the most away wins, and I think Liverpool are on course to beat them this year. These are 2 teams breaking the records and things set by all the past Premier League clubs. They are doing new things. They are saying to everyone else in the Premier League, if you want to come play with us, you have to play on a new level. A level none of your clubs have ever played at before.
Yeah.
Man United have never played at that level before. Arsenal have never played at that level before.
What level?
The level of winning that many games in a season, scoring that many goals in a season, not losing that many games in a season. No one has ever done that except for
we've done it also. We're going to say we've done something.
But they say Invincibles drew a lot of games.
Yeah. The points you've got,
it's invincible. If Liverpool has gone through, they could have break Arsenal record.
Let's talk about that anyway.
Yeah.
What's playing that big for Invincible?
Lauren,
Who would you take?
Lauren or Trent.
Yeah.
That is where it does come down to style. Personally, I'd always take Trent because I think.
that's why you are biased.
No.
You cannot take Lauren. You cannot drop Lauren for Alexander.
No, it's my preference on football.
Yeah, okay,
I like attacking fullbacks. The style of player like.
So Lauren doesn't attack.
Not
how many assists he's got or something there?
Yeah, but not as much as Trent.
Okay.
Continue. Okay, Lauren.
Let's go to the 2 centre halves. Who was playing centre halves for Invincible?
We've got Van Dijk and Sagan. No, Van Dijk.
He wants Van Dijk in the team already.
Who do you
got? Martin Keown and Sol Campbell.
Martin Keynes, wow. And who you got? You chopping
Van Dijk and
a lot.
Joe Gomez.
Joe Gomez just came in yesterday as well. Did you know Matip?
No. Gomez was there for the first 6 months of last season. He's been in here for most of this season.
So who would you? Which centre halves would you take there?
I am a big fan of Sol Campbell. I think he was a very good player. So I'd probably.
Then you have to put both of them there because Martin
Keown was superb.
Martin Keown was very. Martin Keown was very good for the brand of football that was allowed in the league at the time. I don't think he would get away with playing the way he did now. I'd go Van Dijk Campbell. Yeah. But I think Joe Gomez in 3-4 years will have to have another conversation.
Okay, Ashley Cole then.
And Robertson.
I'd go Ashley Cole. I rate Ashley Cole.
And then we go Patrick Vieira and Ray Paulo.
Oh, I take Patrick Vieira all day. I think he is the greatest midfielder.
That's with Milner and Henderson, is it? Or
no, with
Fabinho.
All of them. Patrick
what are we playing? A 4-3-3.
But even if 4-4-1-4-1, Patrick Vieira have to be in that squad.
So 4-3-3, I'd go Vieira in the CDM all day, and then I would have Henderson and Wijnaldum either side of him.
You like Henderson? No.
So Henderson is
going to drop Ray Paulo. You're going to drop Cesc Fabregas or something.
No Fabregas. No
Edu was there too.
No Fabregas, no Paulo, no Edu. Wijnaldum and Henderson.
You put Wijnaldum?
No, Fabregas. No chance.
Wijnaldum is the most underrated man in the league now. Now everyone's started to accept Henderson as a good player.
P-Town Radio is Remy here. He will take.
Robert Pires.
If you watch
Okay. Robert
you really
Pires,
watch.
Henry, and who else? Who was there?
Well, Lumbak is there. Lumbak, Silva, and Wiltord. They're all there, you know.
They all favorite.
And of course, my guy from Nigeria, Nwankwo Kanu, you know.
Was in that team as well? Was he?
Yeah, he was in the Invincible.
Wow.
Henry, Firmino, Salah for me.
Henry, no.
Yeah,
Yes.
Henry,
You won't take
Firmino,
Henry.
Salah. Yeah, I'll take
So
those
you
three.
take Henry,
Yeah.
but instead you put Firmino and Salah.
Yeah.
So you drop the rest.
You
drop
don't
Pires.
Robert Pires.
Yeah, I
And
dropped-
no, you guys are missing out. What is his name? Number 10 for Dutch. The Dutch number 10.
Oh, Bergkamp.
Dennis Beckham. When you always come on the bench, when there's no way you're gonna drop David Beckham, because David Beckham always swap share with Kanu, innit? Because they play this kind of football. They are lazy to mark, but they're very good with the ball.
I see.
But David Beckham is there. But Robert Pires, there's no way you drop Robert Pires.
But it depends how you're
Salah
setting
and
up.
this
If you want a workman like midfield, then you'd set it up as the flat three, as I was saying. If you want a bit more attacking, then you'd take a Wijnaldum or a Henderson out and you'd put a Bergkamp in and you'd do it as an attacking midfield for a number 10. It depends what teams you're setting up against. But I'm saying you're going into the Champions League final. What team are you going to put out?
Yeah.
I'm going to put out the midfield of Vieira, Wijnaldum and Henderson, because I know that they're giving me 100% on that pitch. I know they're going to work, they're going to cover every blade of grass. Nobody's going to have a second to breathe.
They've got work rate, to be fair. That's the only thing I like about Henderson. His work rate, his leadership, his quality.
And he makes everyone else work
everyone
harder.
else work harder. He's
The
very
only
good.
other player I've seen do that on the pitch is Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez at Liverpool, he would inspire the team to a whole performance because he works so hard.
I know he's got his own problem, you know, with the races and stuff like that. But he's good to watch. He's good to watch for any striker in the world.
Yeah.
Luis Suarez.
Especially his time at Liverpool. I mean, he carried that team.
He carried.
Until Gerrard sleep. We've got 5 minutes more to go into the top of the hour on our podcast here, Friday Football Talk with myself, Remy and Tornado. This is the time I think we should dedicate just to talk about anything else that is happening in the world of football right now.
Well, not a lot, because
Not a lot.
everything's been shut down. I think a really important thing to look at, though, was the National League. Even below League 2 and things, all
Yeah.
these clubs are really, really suffering at the moment. I mean,
Yeah.
the National League played, I think it was last weekend,
They
and all
did,
games
I
were meant
think.
to be shut down.
Yeah,
And they've had a lot of backlash about that.
of course.
But I don't think that's all entirely fair, if I'm honest, because the argument they're making, yes, they make a lot of money off it, the league themselves, because they're not having to give back sponsors money.
Yeah.
But those clubs that are down in the National League, without the people coming in, they're getting no money, because they don't get a lot from sponsorship, TV money, anything like that. They are entirely reliant on people coming in, buying tickets, buying pies and chips in their shops.
Buy drinks, you know.
Yeah, that's how the people who own those clubs pay for their children.
Well,
to be able to have food,
it all
get
ends up
clothes.
to what we said at the beginning. You know, football without fans is nothing.
Yeah,
You
it's
have to be
itself.
fair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a lot. Like when you look at the community now, the
Yeah.
entire world, everyone is bored.
Yeah.
This sport is not just football. The
No,
sport
it's
entirely
a
has nothing going
community.
on. Like.
Yeah, it's a community. I mean, without football, we've all kind of get lost a little bit.
Yeah.
We don't know what to do on a Saturday. Tomorrow is weekend.
Yeah, exactly. I've got to actually spend time with my missus.
I think we're gonna have to start some FIFA tournaments online if you've got an Xbox or PS3.
Yeah, I
People need to
was
start
actually
arranging,
in participation with Plymouth Hope, and hopefully maybe we can get Cuts Barbers on as a sponsor as well for the tournament.
Yeah.
We're going to be looking over the next week into an infrastructure to get it set up. So we'll be posting something on the P-Town Radio page,
Yeah.
and also on Plymouth Hope things if anyone's associated with that. We're going to be running an Xbox tournament and a PlayStation tournament, so keep an eye out on the P-Town Radio page.
Yeah.
And there'll be a sign up thing, so you can sign up. All I'll need is your name and then obviously your PlayStation or Xbox handle.
Yeah.
And then we'll work out to putting together a tournament system so
That
everyone
sounds
can
good.
play each other, and we'll maybe even see if we can get some prize money or something from our sponsors.
That's good. I think that's a good initiative in this time of unprecedented times where we don't know what's going to happen or where the football is going to come back. Really, we got to keep ourselves busy. So I think for more on that, you can look at the also Hope FC page on Facebook. on their Twitter and Instagram. It's myself, Tendai, here at Peter on Radio with Tornado and Remy. We're here every Friday from 2 p.m. If you want to get involved, please don't forget you can call 07792032005 and contribute to the all football discussions that we'll be having. And also, we'll be having probably a Twitter page coming up soon. So you can also get us on Twitter. I think it's also good to have a Twitter so we can discuss further on this one. Tornado, last minute. What you got for us? What can we talk about next week?
Well, I'm gonna say everybody stay safe. Stay isolated. Don't underrate this disease. There's nothing you're gonna underrate in the world. The world is coming to an end. That's what people say.
Stay away.
This might be a disease that was made by other people, by other countries to make money, and this might be a disaster.
Yeah.
But what I'm gonna say, listen to the Prime Minister. Stay away, and then be careful for your kids, for yourself, and for your family.
Big time. Thank you very much, Remy.
Awesome. I think next week we should maybe do some greatest ofs in the time of, there's not a lot of new football going on. So I think some potential things is, like Ronaldo and Messi, as we're saying, have dominated the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Who's going to dominate the next 10?
Yes, that sounds good.
Which clubs have dominated the last 10 years of football? Who would we say is the best Premier League club of the last 10 years?
Yep.
And then maybe...
Surely not Liverpool.
Well, that's a discussion we'll have to have. But also we could do some greatest goals and things like that. Also, we'll get
greatest players, greatest strikers, greatest defenders. Because I didn't like the way you left Martin Keown and pick up Van Dijk.
Yeah,
I don't think Van Dijk has done enough to justify it.
It's a discussion we need to have about eras because it's very much. Football is an evolving sport. Football now. A lot of the players now couldn't play 20 years ago.
Who would you take out of context? Rio and Van Dijk.
Thinking about it, so which means
no. I'd say they are both very good players. But what I'm saying is you've got a lot more to pick from with Rio. Van Dijk, you've got to ask me in about 5 years when he's done it.
But he's already going down already.
He's not going down.
It's your boy here, Peter Radio. Thanks for coming, guys. We appreciate it, mate. See you soon.
See you next week.